You probably guessed it. It's time for another, well, rip and tear. Okay, let's get right into it, because there's a few components in here which I've been waiting for to do some other projects. This one says controller board. Well, I actually kind of cheated and looked in this one, and it's... Oh wait, this is actually something else. This is the first one of the QuinLED-Dig-Unos from the most recent production batch. Because, well, you know, kind of nostalgia values. And this is also another one I sent him as a prototype before. Cool. Okay, well, these will get stored somewhere for... I don't know, for prosperity, something like that. Nice. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Okay, let's put them back in the baggies. It's not often I get sent my own stuff. Okay, let's put these to the side and go on to another package. This one says integrated circuits. Yes, that's always a very clear description. Oh, there's little wires in here. I wonder what it is. Oh, okay. Ah, right. Okay, so actually, let me get my other board. Normally I use a D1 Mini on top of the QuinLED-Dig-Uno. And these are D1 Mini... I'll be right back. Okay, well, it's time. You guys been asking for it. A pair of scissors. But these are also D1 Minis, but then the D1 Mini Pro, as they call it. And what's different about them is that it has a little antenna over here, and it has an antenna connector. And you can actually desolder this little resistor here, and then place it on the different pads over here. Not sure you can see that, but... And then you can connect one of these antennas, and then you can run a lot longer range. So I'm going to do some testing if these will work correctly on my QuinLED-Dig-Uno boards. So, yeah, that's basically it. I made a mess of things. Because some people might want to run further away from their Wi-Fi, like, I don't know, something in their garden or any other situation where more range is a good thing. More range is always a good thing. But yeah, okay, cool, nice. Well, let me put those back here. And let me just... put this in here. I'll clean it up later. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Nice. Okay, more testing to do. That's always good. Okay, next package. The next package says, well, nothing, because it's completely black. Okay. Oh, okay, nice. So, I use wire ferrules a lot. And normal wire ferrules are nice, but when you're connecting to a terminal, like for a power supply or something else, that has a screw in the middle, using some of these can actually be a lot easier and give a better connection than just a straight wire ferrule. So I bought 2 big baggies of those. And I think those will be nice, because I only had them in those assortment boxes, which most people have nowadays. And, well, I just wanted to have a lot of them, and I got them in the same size for red and black. Okay. Okay, this is actually sent from the Netherlands. And what's in here is the little prototype board somebody I've been talking to on Discord, and he was also in my Discord server, made. And, well, he wanted me to send me an example. Now, sadly, we learned that there's a slight issue with this. What it is it's a little board he designed. and we talked about the design and stuff to take into account and things like that. Where you can plug in an RJ11 connector to your smart power meter. Now, this is probably mostly a Dutch thing, and what it does, it's basically a serial bridge over wireless. But it turns out that there's several DSMR standards, and DSMR 5, which we tested with, delivers enough power to do this, but DSMR 4 and lower don't. So once the module boots up and connects to Wi-Fi, well, it basically immediately drops off and it's not usable. But he's looking into ways of maybe fixing that, and otherwise it might just be usable for DSMR 5. He's selling these things also on tweakers.net, so if you have a DSMR 5, or you want to use a cabled version, which he's also making, I'll make sure to post the link in the description. So with that, you can hook up your smart power meter to either the network or Wi-Fi, and then to a server that you can measure power usage in your house. I'll have a screenshot of my house over here. Yes, I've been wondering about this one. This one's been lying on the table for about a week. What the hell is a feed device? Did I order a feed device? I don't know. We'll have to see, I guess. Let's get in there. No. Okay, the tape is way too strong. There we go. Just open the back. Yeah, and I know I have scissors now, but I'm trying not to damage what's inside, because it's a feed device, whatever that is. Okay, it's a box in a box. There we go. 24 watt, 24 volt, 40 watt. Okay. Ah, cool. Okay, so I ordered a lot of 3D printer parts, some stuff to replace, like these springs, a new feeder. I guess that's why they call it feed device, and some other parts, well, to basically do a little upgrading to my 3D printer and replace some parts that had worn out. Cool, very nice. Oh, the package is nice in a little box. I'll list some of the stuff that's in here in the description below. They are basically replacement or upgrade parts for an Ender 3. Yeah, that's never going to go back in again. Okay, oh, I like the box they sent it in. That's cool. Okay, let me put that over there. The next one is, well, one I've already unpacked it, and it's this guy. And these are prototype PCBs for the QuinLED-Dig-Quad. So not the normal quad, but the Dig-Quad. And as I said, I've already unpacked these, and I've already actually made the board, and I've been doing some testing with it. And although functionality-wise it works, I want to get these boards up to 40 to 50 amps, because they have a lot of positive outputs and a lot of negative outputs. So then you don't need any Wago connection blocks like that, or anything else. You can just do it all on the board. And it also features 4 digital output channels for when, for instance, WLED will start supporting that. Look at this thing right there. Yeah, I got these. Okay, so this is getting a slight redesign, because although it worked, it didn't break down and didn't catch fire, some components actually got up to 125 degrees, and I'm not comfortable with that, so I'm going to have to slightly redesign it. Luckily, I have an idea of what I want to change, so I'm going to do that, order new prototypes again. This is already the second physical prototype I had. This one changed a lot. Anyway, yeah, but that's still in development, and once I think that is done and adheres to everything I want it to do, I will release that DIY, and maybe pre-assembled, because even if it's just one channel right now in WLED, for instance, the separate connection wires on there, which are all separately fused too, makes it a lot easier instead of having to do that externally. Anyway, enough about the QuinLED-Dig-Quad. Work in progress. Okay, let's see what more we have. Motherboard. Well, This will be the smallest motherboard I've ever seen, but we'll see. We'll see. I know what's in here. There we go. So, as I mentioned, I'm doing 3D printer upgrades for my Ender 3, and this is a box from, let's see, yeah, well, you can't see that, from BigTreeTech, and it has a new motherboard for the Ender 3. This is the SKR, oh, okay, they actually have it sealed. You get a little rubber ducky. This is the SKR Mini version, oh, there it says, version 1.2. And, oh, it actually comes with a micro SD card. 128 megabytes, wow. I didn't even know they made those still. Well, I guess it doesn't need much for a little bit of G-code. But this should make, this has better stepper drivers, so it should make the printer quieter, faster, and should make hooking up the Beetle Touch much easier, and generally deliver a better quality, I hope. So, yeah, more 3D printer upgrades. Nice. So now I can toy with that. Put that back in there. It's a nice board. Okay. Yep, okay. Everything's going back in there. So there's a lot of different stuff in this QuinBoxed. I'm actually hoping the new DC-DC converters I ordered for the scooter project would be in here. But we'll see. I don't know if they're in there. Rip and tear! Okay, no, that's actually a clean cut. Okay, what's in here? Ha! Well, speak of the devil, these are some new DC-DC converter boards I ordered. Because, well, the giant thing I said in one of the other episodes, the giant DC-DC converter that worked excellently, well, was never going to fit, maybe externally, but I'd rather have it internally. And this one has a rectangular shape, so I can probably fit that somewhere, but I'm going to do some external testing first to see how much amps it can handle without being properly cooled, basically. It says 10 amps. Well, I think with 10 amps it'll burst into flames. But yeah, I'll do some testing on that. I ordered several different types, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay. Let's see what this is. Oh, more capacitors. What I often do, and I also did that for these DC-DC converters, is that I'll order like, if I want 5, I'll order 2 from one shop and 3 from another shop, because delivery times, especially now during the human malware situation, is very variable. So I got the 135 volt 1000 UF capacitors last week, or last QuinBoxed. Well, these are exactly the same, but from a different seller. So yeah, capacitors. Oh, LED strip. Well, this is fake news. I already unpacked this. I already tested this even. But let's see what's in here. Let's act like we're unboxing it. Oh, okay. I think the unboxing tool is doing a lot better this episode, but stuck. Okay. So, as most of you probably know, I've been doing a lot of things with LEDs, and I've also been doing a lot of LED testing, and I'm building a LED power usage chart for digital LEDs so that you can make the right choice during your project. But to do that, I have to order a lot of the same kind of strip, but with different chips or configurations, to build my charts and do my standardized testing. And these are, doesn't say it on there, but these are WS2811s, 12 volt, 60 LEDs per meter, and then 5 meters in length, so 300 LEDs in total. The 300 LEDs and 5 meter in length is the same as for all the other tests I've done. The only difference with this one is, well, it's 12 volt, sure, but it's also addressable per 3 LEDs instead of per 1 LEDs. So instead of 300 addressable LEDs, you only get 100 addressable LEDs. But because of that, if you compare it with WS2815, which is also 12 volt, it has an advantage where if you turn on pure red on a WS2815, it has to burn off the voltage for the green and the blue diode. So it basically uses the same amount of power for full red as for full white, where it uses all 3 diodes. But since this has 3 diodes per channel, or per addressable LED basically, it doesn't have to burn anything off. So instead of lighting 1 LED and then burning off the rest, it just lights 3 LEDs, and that way it steps down the voltage, and well, they can make it work a lot more efficient. So if you want to do 12 volt LEDs, WS2815 looks the best because it's single LED addressable. But if you're doing long runs, WS2811 is actually a pretty good choice because it's still 12 volts. So it makes cabling and power injection and stuff like that a lot easier. And it looks great over long distances because you don't notice the single LEDs anyway. And so, well, I'd recommend that for very long runs. But take a look. I'll have the power sheet linked below, and I'll have everything linked in the description as always. And I have no clue how long I've been recording, but I think this is already it. I'm going to do some more testing, and yeah, thanks for watching again, and see you again in the next video. Bye bye.